Ladies and gentlemen, are you truly strapped in? Welcome to another weekly close. We're going to discuss a lot of bullish catalysts this week. I want to talk about, for example, the upcoming roadmap change. I want to talk about the potential Binance listing of the CRO token. I want to talk about, well, are we talking about the flipping again, Ethereum? Ethereum is going beast mode, but will it smash the $4,000 mark already next week? And of course, we want to talk about Bitcoin because we also do see some things on the horizon which might be bearish even. So a lot of things lined up for today's show. This is the weekly close, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, strap in, and let's open the charts quickly, shall we? Because we discussed it last week. But this line here in the sand, the 10 cents 80 line, we crossed it. I think, on Thursday. And that is so huge. That means we're going to close the week above this line. We haven't flipped this line bullish in 2025. We haven't. So this is the first time we're going to truly close the week above 10 cents 80. And that's absolutely massive. This will be the start really of the CRO bull market, in my humble opinion. But of course, guys, nothing in the stream will be financial advice. And I want to show you the following. There are a few outcomes that might happen in the next few days, weeks. But I think something like this is actually very likely. And I want to overlay this because it looks very much similar, the first part at least. But I do want to note here is that what can happen, because we just went to about 13 cents. You can see that here. Maybe in the next few days, we'll go to 13 cents. But you can see here that in this scenario, after going towards 13 cents, we drop down again to about 9. And why do I say that? Well, it's just a wick. There's a small wick in between, because afterwards, the scenario keeps climbing. But so far, this scenario is quite okay. And where does this scenario come from? Well, it is actually a well-known scenario, I hope, for you guys. It is exactly the last part of the 2021 bull run. So you can see that even then, after going towards 13 cents, we can still have a dip, and it is all fine. And it has been my teaser for quite a while already that my road towards $1 for CRO is based pretty much on the previous cycles. We do see the waves. We also see the exact same support and resistance lines. And so far, everything is lining up for a pretty much, well, the same cycle. That is, guys, why we take a look at previous charts, previous resistance lines, previous support lines, and of course, previous fundamental reasons. Because we also need to talk about the roadmap. And then we need to talk about what happened this year, of course, with Mirko taking over lead of the Cronos chain. And I want to quickly talk about that because I don't know if you guys heard about the AMA, the push-up fund AMA with Mirko, but his vision for Mirko, for anyone that doesn't know, Mirko is the lead of Cronos Labs. His main vision is that RWA, real world asset, RWA, is going to be massive. It's one of the narratives. We've talked about AI, we've talked about RWA, we've talked about, well, still a bit of DeFi as well. But I think AI, RWA, the two big narratives, and stable coins. Stable coins are coming, by the way. Crypto.com stable coins. Also a big narrative that will, I think, you know, when we get the narrative, the launch really of that Crypto.com stablecoin, probably that will be, I think, quite soon. That might be the reason maybe to kick off this part of the bull run. Hard to see, but, you know, this part maybe. And then maybe later we do get something else. Always there are some kind of catalyst that can help us surpass previous support or resistance. And I think, honestly, guys, that if you take a look here, after 20 cents, from 20 towards, what is it, 50? Not much. This is nothing. No support, no resistance, no liquidity. No liquidity. Even today, I was looking at the CRO chart. I have a trade open now on Moonlander. Sponsor of the video, by the way. But you can see there's almost no sell wall. This is, by the way, in Coinbase. But someone put a very big buy order in. Or very big, I think only a few $1,000s. That was enough to bring us towards, you know, a climb of 2%, 1%. I think it will be so easy, guys. I think 13 cents. We're slowly climbing towards it. We're slowly climbing towards it. That doesn't mean I don't have a buy order open. I do have a buy order open if the scenario we just talked about is going to play out. So if something like this happens, if you get one final dip below 10 cents, I urge you guys to get your wallet ready. Buy like there's no tomorrow. There will be massive amounts of fear. People always saying, well, Benjamin Cowan, he was right once again. Bitcoin dominance has not yet peaked. But I think, guys, it will. I think it will. This has been the peak of Bitcoin dominance. I say it here. Clip it now, please. This has been the peak for Bitcoin dominance. You can feel that basically the narrative, mainly regarding Ethereum, is changing so quickly. We saw it happen before our eyes. Everyone is now talking about ETF inflows, ETH, strategic ETH reserves. And even today, we went to a new, not a cycle high yet, but we are at least approaching almost $4,000 for ETH. 400, I wish. But yeah, this is amazing. Today, good weekend. It's been a good weekend. This is also a narrative. So Johnny Sevenfold is mentioning rate cuts. And not even only rate cuts. Some people are also talking about potentially a resignation of Jerome Powell, head of the Fed. So maybe new leadership of the Fed as well. There is for sure new leadership coming in May. I think May of 2026. But typically the 4-year cycle is over by May 2026. But the rate cut, it is coming. And we are slowly pricing it in. I do believe the first rate cut will be coming September. September is my most likely guess here, guys. So welcome Johnny. Welcome Fitting Crypto. He made it. I also see Mr. Teddy here. Hi Baron, glad to see you, dude. Welcome. Mr. FB 1996. Hi Baron, what's your price prediction? Video upcoming about this, guys, so don't forget to strap in. I will give a more exact price prediction in the upcoming video, but to give you a bit of a sneak peek, of course, as always. The red band, boys, the sell band. For anyone that has been here already, I do believe still we have a peak at about October, maybe November. Maybe it's going to be earlier this cycle. Have you guys considered that maybe in September we're going to peak already? Maybe, possible. I do have a birthday in September, so that would be a perfect birthday gift. $1 Crow, my birthday? Yes, please. But yeah, let's say it's September. Let's say it's going to happen a bit early. Let's say September. Then it's in between $1.12 and $3.50. $1.12, $3.50. That's the sell zone. And somewhere in between, there will be the bull peak. XRP Bully, welcome. XRP, by the way. Mr. XRP Bully, I hope you still have a bag of XRP because it's been absolutely mooning this week. Congratulations. I don't see Powell resigning, though. That would be, I would say, very bad for him and also quite bad for the overall US economy. You could see that also when we had the rumors regarding the resignation. We had the rumors. The S&P 500 was dumping quite a bit. But we'll see, though. We'll see. Terry, welcome. Strapping in here for all the members. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I really hope we don't go back down to 10 cents. Why though? Why though, Marty? So healthy. I think we need a bit of a pullback. I wouldn't mind. So I let me quickly find my tweet of today. My tweet. Guys, follow me at the Coin Baron. Do follow me at the Coin Baron on X, or previously known as Twitter. Yeah, I got the tweet here. Let me show it to you. I got the tweet here. So my warning to all of you now is that expect volatility. Expect volatility. Please, guys, make sure if you have any longs or shorts open, something is going to happen. And why is something going to happen? Well, you can see it here basically on this chart. We are now in a symmetrical triangle. It started, I think, almost the beginning of July. This here was the when we hit the all-time high. I think that was about a week ago. Strange, by the way. About a week ago, when we closed the live stream, exactly when we closed the live stream, it started ripping to new all-time highs. Today, guys, no all-time high, I can assure you. Well, actually, I can't assure you because, as you can see here, we are in this symmetrical triangle here. And that typically means is that we are going to leave the muddy waters of going in between 120, 118, 120, 180, 120, 118. So after this breakout could happen, I would say any minute now. I'll open the chart in a minute, but I do have a few targets. 125, the bullish breakout. 110 for a bearish breakdown. And if, I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys, the odds are literally 50-50. It's a symmetrical triangle, so 50-50 odds. Well, maybe 60% for the bearish. Why? Well, the RSI is high. I will show you quickly in the chart. So this is the chart. We're, by the way, getting very close to the tippy end here. You can see that, right? You can see that. Oh, Marty just never, ever wants to see Tencent grow. I get it. I get it. Hey, VKiz, welcome, welcome. Strapped in, my man. Me too, me too. Don't forget to strap in during these crazy periods. Oh, by the way, I quickly want to mention this before we go back to the chart for Bitcoin, but at this minute, we're trying to break through this resistance line that we have been battling for the past few days. About 1.3, well, 112.3. So I think after that, the way is right open to go back to 13 cents. If we get his bullish breakout, for sure it will happen. I think we might even very quickly go to 20 cents. However, let's go back to this here. Let's go back to this. So I say the bearish breakdown odds are about 60%. We're on a bull market, but we also sometimes need to flush out the longs. That's how it happened in the past, guys. But let me go back here to this chart. I use a few different indicators. We do have, for example, the MACD. The MACD, it's pretty strange now for the hourly chart. The MACD on the daily chart, that's the one I want to show, is now heading into the downside. You see that? You see it's heading into the downside here. So potentially, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but potentially we're going to see a bit of a drawdown as well on the daily chart. Isn't bad, guys. If we test 110, I would take that. I would definitely take that. Some people are also saying take a look, Coin Baron, at 114. 114 is the CME gap. CME gap, guys, is when the stock market closes. So ETFs, even though they can trade Bitcoin ETFs, markets are closed in the weekend. So no ETF trading in the weekend. Therefore, we got gaps. We got gaps because the price of Bitcoin never stops. It definitely never stops. XRP bulling is saying MACD turning positive though to push up towards 13. That's maybe for CRO, but like I mentioned before, guys, Bitcoin is pretty bearish. Oh, bearish. That's a wrong take. I have a different indicator though that kind of says the same thing to me. And that's the RSI. You can see that the RSI is still relatively high. It's no longer overbought. Therefore, I can live with the fact if we maybe go up again. That's why I don't say it's for sure 100% guaranteed going to happen. But You can see the MACD is somewhat pointing towards bearish momentum. However, then again, I need to show the MACD once more. And then we're going back to CRO, guys. You can see though that sometimes the best, I need to find an example of it. Yeah, what you see sometimes is like this. You have a downward momentum here. Very slight red, and then we continue again. That can also happen. Maybe that's the more likely scenario, like a dip to 14k maybe only. And then a bigger move. Then a bigger move. Again, guys, all these things can happen. All these things can happen, but be prepared at least for both outcomes now. Be prepared for at least some volatility in the market. For those of you who don't use Discord that much, are we missing something on your site? The site. Coinbaron.shop? Is that the one you mean, Bjorn? It's quite silent, guys. I tried to sell some suspenders. I might want to restart that one again. But for now, let's focus on the chart. Could you bring it up though, Bjorn? Because I need to start it up again. Yeah, so this is looking quite good, guys. This is the 5-minute chart, so don't, you know, you see a lot of big dips and a lot of big wicks to the upside. Don't zoom into 5 minutes yourself. I'm using the 5-minute chart because I try to do some cheeky 30x longs. Don't do that yourself. Don't try it at home. Oh, we were talking about something else, weren't we? We're talking about what were we talking about? Anyways, welcome Cayenne. That 10 cent will be a good buy. I agree. Joy's welcome. I wonder why Chris wasn't present when the crypto bill was signed. I heard Charles Hopkins was there, the founder of Cardano. I don't know. I think Chris is quite busy as a person himself as well. We'll see though. Crow, come on, please don't get rejected here. There's of course a possibility that it will get rejected now as well, and that we go back down towards 12 cents. That would be pretty boring. That would be pretty boring. But you can see that at this moment, we do see Ethereum also making another attempt at breaking towards 3,800. So that's quite nice. That's definitely quite nice. Marty's saying, I thought about a peak in September, but I've also speculated on a fake peak with another pump depending on the rate cut. Well, I do believe, I think I can still find it, that the most likely outcome is also not just me saying it, but also experts predicting it, that we do get a rate cut in September. But let me check. Let me check, Marty. So in that case, the September pump could make total sense. The 17th of September, the 17th of September, guys, it's mentioning 58%, a 58% here chance for a rate cut. %. How do you plan on exiting during the peak? CDC Exchange kind of spooked me this week. That is also an issue. For anyone that missed it, the exchange is, I think, the cheapest way to trade CRO. At this moment, I think the deal is still available. You can limit order CRO for 0%. 0%. What I don't know, Marty, what I don't know, and I think it executed, but if you had any open limit orders, I think they did get executed even though the exchange was down for users. I think the execution was still okay. Don't well, what did I say? Don't believe my word on it though. I need to check it myself double. But what I would recommend is that if you have any exit strategy yourself, so you think, well, $1.20 or $1.50 or $2 or $2.71, whatever you want, whatever your target is, place a limit order right now, maybe already. Get it off the unlock, get it unstaked. Personally, I do believe the exchange will work. I do believe that Chris also mentioned. I'll quickly bring up the tweet as well. I asked tweet. I demanded from Chris that they should buff the service. I think exactly what they did. Exactly what they did. So here we got Chris, CEO of Crypto.com, of course. The CEO, big friend of Orange President here. Yeah, here we go. This is, by the way, Chris talking about Crypto Week. I think quite a successful Crypto Week, even though it was delayed twice. But yeah, here we got it. Here we got it. So last Thursday, I think it was, the exchange going down, both the web and the app. Our team is looking into restoring it. It took a few hours. It took a few hours to get it all sorted. But then we did get here the apology by Chris. It has now fully been restored. According to this tweet time, it took about 5 hours. But we now beefed up the infrastructure to make sure this doesn't happen again. Apologies for the inconvenience. And what I mentioned below as well, you know, good stuff, man. Better to get the growing pains out now than during bull peak mania. And that's exactly true. So you don't want outages like we had on Thursday to happen once more. And how do you get these outages, guys? It is very, very simple. Am I missing something here, XRP Bully? Am I missing something? Crow Pump? No? Not yet. It's kind of sitting still. I'm hoping for something like this again. This is quite, by the way, quite healthy, ladies and gentlemen. What we see here, we pump, we retrace a bit again. A 20% pump, I think, on Friday. That was really nice. But the reason why we did get the outage is basically because on the 18th, there was basically too much demand. Too many people wanted to make trades. It's crazy. Let's crow crazy. Let's crow crazy, QBA. Welcome, welcome, welcome. VKiss, remember to hit that like button. Yes, guys, if you're here, hit that like button. I like seeing, though, that we're slowly moving towards 13 cents for Crow. And I like to see that Ethereum is doing it. Guys, Ethereum is moving slowly towards 4,000 again. And slowly it will create a new all-time high. That's my belief, at least for this cycle. That's my belief. Oh, you can't see the screen. It will slowly grind towards that all-time high. And the all-time high is just a tad higher than what we reached in November and in June. But yeah, we need to go to 4,850 US dollars. And what I like to see is also at the same time is that the dollar is again losing a lot of value. This was, by the way, kind of the value where we were at the bull peak. So we're still trending towards that same position. The question, though, is exactly when we're going to hit this level here. This is the same as the bull peak in 2021. What will happen then? Will we continue downwards? Will we continue downwards, or will we retrace again? Overall, I do believe that the US economy is still one of the stronger ones worldwide, even though it is not very reliable at the moment. The US economy is going left, right, and center based on the most recent Trump announcement. So far, I think a lot of trust is lost, but it's definitely still fundamentally strong. As you can see also with the labor market, and you can see that with the S&P. It's still a place why we try to trade. But the question really is when we really go here, what happens next? I'm not expecting any super cycle. Hey Sanjay, welcome. Do you stake your Crow? I have some staked. I have the cards. I only have one active card, guys. So to answer your question, I have Crow staked on the card. I have Crow staked on the exchange. I have Crow in the crypto.com arena. So if you put it in the arena, you get like meme coins every month. I have CRO in the supercharger. I have also got CRO on chain. So I got CRO, you know, on chain staking, the actual crypto.com POS chain. I got CRO on ZK EVM. I got CRO on EVM. I got CRO. I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. It's enough CRO, right? That's an issue, by the way. If you guys need to, like, I remember, I need to tell you guys that this peak that we might be witnessing soon, right? This quick peak, it's literally minutes. It is literally minutes, and you will be sleeping, you will be walking, you will be working, you will not be looking at your screen. I don't know if this will be the exact peak, of course. I think it will go a bit higher. That's my personal feeling about this. No financial advice. But when we're going to reach that peak, it will be seconds, maybe even only seconds. You can see we traded at $1 for CRO. Maybe. Yeah, no, not even minutes. Not even minutes. So make sure you set those limit orders. Limit orders are, I think, your superpower as a trader. Limit orders, guys. Oh, by the way, we are pumping a bit. Nice. I like that. Come on, CRO, you can do it. I believe in you. Slap that like. That's a new one. Welcome, Ultra. How many CRO is good to hold? How many are you comfortable with, Teddy? That's the big question, of course. Some people say don't hold more than you can afford to lose. Yeah. Don't get any. I would recommend. Okay, I'm a bad example. I have some student debt loans. I converted my student debt loans into CRO. Don't be like me. Don't be like Coin Baron. I am risking quite a lot. I'm risking quite a lot based on my fundamental thesis here. But do not get into debt. It is risky, very risky. So do not do that. So whatever you can afford to lose. Like Random Midwest, yeah, pretty much all in. All in. I don't know if the supercharger is available yet. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's never enough. Okay, Joy's asking what's the supercharger? The supercharger is the flexible earn option. The most flexible earn option for CRO, at least in the EU. No, wait. No, don't. You gotta risk it for biscuit. True that, Mr. Joyce. True that. Or Mrs. Joyce. Do you have a bachelor? I do have a master's degree. True. So Peter's saying in the UK, at least, we do have the supercharger. I don't know, guys, if a supercharger is something worldwide. I do not know. It is definitely not the best way, though, to earn a lot of money. It's, I think, 2%, maybe 3%, in between 2 and 3%. There are better ways to earn, but for me, it's the least amount of risk. I mean, what do you do with idle CRO? Nothing, right? So put your idle CRO to work until at some point you want to use it for a limit order, right? You get a limit order in, you do need to actually move your CRO to the exchange. And even on the exchange, if I'm right, if you have your CRO on the exchange, you can get, I don't know, an X amount of percentage of idle asset interest as well. But yeah, I need to do more videos about the exchange. You're right, Vikas. IT. I actually did in 2017. I did my master's degree about Ethereum. No, my bachelor degree. I did my bachelor degree about Ethereum back in 2017. So if anyone says he's early, well, I feel like I'm early. Boys, we are pumping a bit more. What is happening now? I think we're finally getting some momentum back in the market. I love it. CRO today up. How much? From the bottom today, we're now up about 4%. I think about up 2% on the day. Bitcoin is up. How much today? Bitcoin is up 0.5%. 0.5%. Havenpack is saying, though, you do also have to be available to accept and claim the supercharger every 30 days. And there's also 2 types of supercharger to stake into. Yeah, I use a generic CRO one. And I also put in my agenda, like, hey, in about 30 days, go to the supercharger, press accept your allocation. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. For anyone wondering, by the way, are we going to maybe close this structure to the upside? Potentially happening. Let's see, though. I'm not entirely sure. Want to know 70 billion unburned token effect to this bull run in 2025? It is very little, Mr. Visual. It's very little. I can show you in a minute. Where did you get the crow clock in the back, Coin Baron? For anyone wondering, here's the fortune favors the brave. You can't read it, I think. It's saying fortune favors the brave. I do have a link in the description down below. Go to the link in the video, this live stream. You can find it. It's called, how's it called again? I don't know. Go to the link in the description. It does say something like, it's called Assetwatch. It's called Assetwatch. So you can order it there, I think. Made in Germany. Germany. Yeah, Germany. Oh, hey G Marlow. We're doing a bigger cycle. I believe so, sir. I believe so. I believe so. I am a big crow bull, though. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It's Wade. Kermit, by the way. Guys, if you don't follow Mr. Kermit yet on Twitch, check him out. Best Dutch Twitch person I follow on Twitch, at least. Fortune favors the brave is up about 18%. So, guys, there's one thing I want to remind you as well, is that if you go to any bull cycle so far, we go from Bitcoin to Ethereum to larger altcoins. I'm talking about Solana, Cardano. Then we go to the mid caps. And finally, we go into the memes. Like, my expectation is that when CRO is making this insane bull run, like, or scenario, right? Or scenario here is that CRO is going to accelerate. CRO is going to accelerate. I think near this peak here, when it's going to somewhat, you know, probably is going to do a bit like this. I don't know. Maybe it's going to even go higher. I don't know what it's going to do, but the higher it goes, the more people are going to also risk it into the meme coins, the CRO meme coins. Why? Well, I can tell you why. People made a lot of money, right? Let's say you made $10,000 on Ethereum. You have one Ethereum now. You made it, right? You went from, I don't know, 2K to now 4K almost. And at the end of the cycle, Ethereum is going to about 10K. You're feeling great, but now you got a lot of excess money. Maybe you took some profit. What do you do with that profit? Well, you try to double it again, or maybe even triple it, or quadruple it. And the best way to do that is in things that are already pumping. And typically those are the low caps, the memes, the crazy things. So what you see today with this pump by Fortune Favors the Brave, this will be a lot more during the absolute peak. During the absolute peak. You're welcome, Wade. You're welcome. Kerma, you're the only one I'm subscribed to, at least. Or, yeah, I should be subscribed to you. I hate Dutch people on Twitch. I don't hate them. It's... I don't know. I went to TwitchCon. Oh, no. I went to a Twitch live stream gathering, and it was Oh, look at me, I'm so great. Blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not doing that again. Not everyone, by the way, but I don't know. Okay. Hey, Baron, make a poll for the CRO price prediction. We did so a few weeks ago. Or last week. 70% is still saying $1, and I believe so. I want to pay off the mortgage. Well, how much CRO do you have, good sir? How much do you have? We were talking about the unburn, by the way. Yeah, so good question here by Visual. So what's the fact of these 70 billion tokens? Well, let's take a quick peek at it. Let's take a quick peek, guys, at a different site, a website here. It is called Minscan, and I use it quite a lot myself. It is a tracker, or really more of an analytics web page. And you can see here that we do have this wallet. This is the Cronos Strategic Reserve. Initially, this one had the 70 billion tokens. 70 billion tokens of CRO. That was the reserve. Now, a few of those tokens have not been sold, but been moved to a different account. Oh, this is interesting, by the way. They moved a few tokens here. Interesting, interesting. Anyway, so they moved a few tokens, but where did they move it to? Oh, I'm trying to be Sherlock Holmes right now, guys. So this is the reserve wallet. This is the reserve wallet. Here you can see that we do have 4.666666666 billion CRO, which is available now for sale. And this is going to grow according to a set schedule. You can see if you scroll down, you can see every month on the 17th or even the 16th here, we do have another unlock of 1.16. What does it mean though? What does it mean? So some people might say, well, unlocks mean there is more supply being available, therefore the price has to go down. False in this occasion. Why? Well, the market is not always working like that. That's too simple. That's too simple economics. What you have to take a look at is what's truly available. What is truly available to the market. This 4.6 billion CRO, it is available. It's no longer vesting. But it's not available to the market, to the general market. Therefore, it will not have any effect on the price. If this, though, is going to be sold off at any point, yes, it will have a big effect on the price. But at this moment, zero effect. Also, talking about the 70 billion again, not 70 billion will be unlocked this year. So we're talking about cycles. We're talking about cycles. So the effect here for this cycle will be relatively low. I think we'll end this cycle with about, what is it, 42 billion? About 42 billion of total supply. There's not much more than what we had back. Okay, it is almost double than what we had in 2021. But also, if it really depends on what's going to happen with the CRO. I don't think it will have that big of an effect at all overall. Peter's saying the best way. Oh wait, no. Grandma Makamoto. I love the name, by the way. The best way to stay CRO. I think the Visa cards. Oh, Visa cards are here. And if you don't have a Visa card, yeah, guys, check out my link in the description down below. Got a lot of videos about these Visa cards. But if you don't have an account yet, check out my referral code at the Coin Baron. But yeah, these are the best in my personal opinion. These are the very best. What do you think of Ali? I have no clue. Alibaba, the website. Crypto Runner, welcome. Welcome. I feel like the stablecoin by crypto.com is next on the roadmap. Any guesses on the name? I think USD1 was taken earlier this year. Yeah, that's interesting, Ains, because they did trademark it in the European Union. They did trademark USD1, so they might launch it in the EU as USD1, and then I don't know, one USD maybe in in the US. I kind of like one USD, like Put the one first and then USD. Are they feeling? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, guys? Is it happening now? Haven Pack, do you have some breaking news? Oh, the music stopped. Apparently my okay, cookies accept. Interesting. Thanks for the warning, Mr. Midwest. What's happening? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Welcome, Alex. Welcome. Price prediction for Lion token. We talked about it, I think, last week, but let me bring up the chart. So the issue with Lion, guys, is that we have little to no knowledge of price cycles. So we have to do it based on fundamentals. And fundamentals say that meme coins like this can easily go to 1 billion. So like currently it's trading at about 500 million, I believe, 500 million. So it could maybe go to like to 4 cents, easy to 4 cents. The question though is, can it also break typical meme, become more like a Pepe, or become more like a baby brother of Crow? I think 10 billion is possible based on Crow alone. Like Crow does the pumping work. So my expectation is 10 cents. 10 cents for Lion. 10 cents for Lion. 10 cents. Let's see if this happens though. No financial advice though. Yeah, Teddy, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm going to take profit this cycle. I'm going to sell my tokens, and I think everyone should do that. But there is this risk. Like, hey, yeah, I'm really happy. I sold everything here, and then it rips. Then it rips. Always happens like that. I think many people. Let me go to the previous cycle. Many people for Bitcoin were very happy that they sold. They sold here, right? They sold here at 60k. They felt like the smartest person in the world. They sold at the exact peak. And then for some reason, it started pumping again. And honestly, so many people bought back in about here again, right? To lose it all. To lose it all just a few weeks later. It's so hard to time. It is so hard to time. So I recommend everyone to do not even try to time it. Timing this is super hard. But going back though to this, did anything happen? Oh, Haven is talking about the unburn, the strategic reserve. They're starting to fill the ETFs. It feels surreal watching this. I'm excited, Crow fam. Yeah, the question is we talked about this. I think I miss a few tokens. Do I? No, I don't. You can see here I've got the wallet. 65.333. 65.333. Then we miss 4.666. 4.666 is in this wallet. Yeah. Yeah, we still have all 70 billion accounted for. I don't think they started filling the ETFs yet. Seeding the ETFs. Yeah, regarding the best way to stake your tokens, Havenback is also saying card or proof of stake, the POS chain. We'll maybe get better staking products. I don't know though. Don't know if we'll get better staking products. Sharpshooter, welcome. Strapping in for $10. Why is everyone suddenly talking about $10, guys? No, I'm not. No $10 sharpshooter. No, unfortunately. The $10 target is too high. Why? Well, we have all bets here on the channel that is going to follow the rainbow chart, and the rainbow chart stops at 350. I saw somebody today saying, well, the Chainlink token. I did the math, and he showed it on his tweet. He showed all his logarithmic thinking and stuff. Chainlink is going to $33,000 a token. 33,000. Chainlink is currently trading for $20 a piece. 33,000. I was like, no, dude, you don't do math. maybe in like a super inflationary US dollar, but no. So don't trust anyone just screaming numbers and saying, well, I did the math. Do your own research. Do your own research. If you think, though, sharpshooter, you can do 10, let me know why. Just look today at the Ethereum chart, up about 20 billion. Is it up 20 billion just today? Ay, man. Should have bought more wheat. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Ethereum is doing great. Nobody. Welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Strap in. When will push really make the big push? Again, I think somewhere late in this cycle, Numlock. Whenever CRO is going to like 70 cents, watch the small tokens. Watch the small tokens. You would lose your mind if it goes to 10 cents. I wouldn't lose your mind. I think it's very much likely. Why though? Let me explain why I think it is very likely that we will see Lion go to 10 cents. Well, what you need to know is that this chart is saying Lion USD, but the biggest liquidity pool for Lion is built with CRO. So, to say it in simple layman terms, if CRO makes a 10x, Lion will also 10x. Lion will also 10x. Simply because of the fact that CRO did a 10x. Of course, you can sell Lion CRO. You can sell your Lion for CRO, and people will do that, I believe. But I do believe also it will go up based on CRO pumping itself. Leslie Kwok, welcome. Very interesting ... Strapping in for that one. Is CRO starting to flip bullish? Seems to be holding above 12 cents pretty well. Fingers crossed. It does seem like we are at least doing well. You can see here that we are now... You can see here that we are at least holding to the 12 cent level very nicely. At one retest so far. A few small retests on the 5-minute chart. But I need to see flip. I need to see flip of this here. This line, you can see here it was resistance. Here has been resistance. Here resistance. I don't know. I think this was a fake move. Here also it topped out. So we're slowly building though. We're building momentum. Back to 13 cents. And the nice thing, it's building momentum now without Ethereum. Before it really needed the pump by Ethereum to make a move. Now though it can also pump on its own. This is, by the way, a beautiful chart to look at, isn't it? Guys, we told you. Whenever this is going to break, this line, 3-year-old, it would fly, and it did. It definitely did here, so strap in for that one. XRP, Hidden Crypto is saying, XRP is the same supply of tokens as the CRO token. So 250 is in the realm of possibilities. When the rich see they can park capital there and receive rewards better than the bank, well, $5. I think 250 is definitely in the realm. I do believe XRP is going to $5. That's that first. We're not as big as XRP. XRP is well established in the market. CRO isn't. That's a simple fact. But can we go to 50? We sure can. We sure can. He's also saying max 3. Fitting Crypto saying max 5, like you just mentioned. 10 not realistic according to Blake. 2 to 3 also by Blake. When pump, soon 13 cents. It could come any second now, even though, oh man, it is just that doesn't want to do it. Just doesn't want to do it. But every time we knock here on this door, guys. Every time we knock on this door, the resistance becomes weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So come on, Crow, you can do it. I believe in you. I want to say though, guys, we talked about this in the beginning. There is a serious possibility of Bitcoin breaking down. There is a serious possibility of Bitcoin breaking down to lower levels. So watch the space, expect volatility. Last few days have been relatively silent, except for Ethereum making big moves here. I think Ethereum is the one that moves the market now. This is the Ethereum phase, but altcoins also doing their thing. Dogecoin, by the way, today, big mover for Dogecoin. But okay. Hoping for $1 already, but we'll definitely sell a bit before that. Hey, do whatever you do, man. But don't start crying when we hit 5. No, I don't think 5 myself. How do you say this name? G6? Gretchen? Gurton? Gurton is saying 11. $11. US dollars. Nice, man. We haven't even heard Chris deliver news that will shock the world. Who knows how high it will go then? We'll sell on the way up, but 5 is not outside of the realm of possibility. Now, talking about a 50x, I'm hopeful, guys, but not this cycle. I think it's not impossible. Everything can happen. It's crypto, but I think the possibilities of going back to 1 cent are like as high as going to like $5. Nah, I'm not seeing it myself. Hey, chaotic, sick in bad, dude. Chill. Catch up later. Chaotic, my no man. Lads and ladies here. I would say get well soon. Get well soon and enjoy. Well, I think England did they get defeated? The English lady football team. No, Germany played against France. I don't know, guys. I don't really follow the European Cup for football for women, but sometimes I don't have anything to watch. You guys won. Okay. Won in penalties even. I like it. Penalties are always big nail biters. Peter saying, don't try to time the market. Have an exit strategy in. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. I'm a bit frozen. Guys, give me 1 sec. Yeah. This is problematic. The Matrix is calling. Give me 1 sec. I took the red pill. Yeah, okay. There goes the cam. Yeah. Let me check if I can fix it. I'm IT guy, right? I'm an IT guy. I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. Camlink, there we go. Ta-da! You see, I'm an IT guy. Have you tried turning it on and off again? That's the fix. That's the fix, you know. You know what the fix is. Tesla's going up. It's a utility altcoin, and it's been ripping in the last 24 hours. Well, Tesla's is a good one because I think Tesla's just launched something regarding RWA. And I tried to talk about that earlier, guys, but do you see that? Do you see that sponsor again in the top right? I don't know. They don't say they are Cronos Labs. I think they are at least heavily influenced by Cronos Labs, and they are selling something. I will show it to you on the screen now. Where is it? Give me a sec. So Moonlander. This is no sponsor or anything. Just I'm showing you what's going to happen very soon. And you have to take it very seriously because take a look at this platform, right? Take a look at this platform. This is Moonlander. This is a leverage platform. And what they have on this platform are stocks. Tokenized stocks. Well, tokenized stocks, not really stocks. But you can trade. You can trade Apple with leverage. You can trade Apple with leverage. Up to 50x. On the chain. On the chain. So that is honestly pretty nice. This is one of the directions they want to go to. This is RWA. This is what they want to become known as the Cronos chain. We are the chain of traders. We are better than hype. That's at least the direction they want to go. If they will succeed, that's a big question, but I honestly do believe that this is a direction that has a lot of use. The overall financial market is very big. It kind of fits the narrative as well of crypto.com being an exchange and crypto.com, well, being a chain where you can do stuff with finance and stuff. That I think the narrative makes sense. I think the narrative makes perfect sense. And that's also what they're going to announce. They haven't done this yet. They haven't talked about the new roadmap. And a new roadmap is coming with more and more stuff like this. Better integrations. Maybe more GameFi. I don't know. I don't know. But it's definitely a direction I can support and where I do see more growth as well in the future. Emaze, are you going to finish a credit card tier series? I should do that, Emaze. I should do that. Like, next week we'll do the Ruby Red. I'm going to do the Ruby Red. However, there was not much interest in the last one, so I will do the Ruby Red. That one for sure. I think the Ruby Red is my no-brainer recommendation. But the yeah, let's see how much interest there is in the videos. Yeah. But yeah, Ruby Red is coming next week. I kind of feel like Lion will pack the crow shortly after the link of rewards on the card. But remember, Q3 is the release of the Cronos stable. True that. True that, sir. As we're talking, we get a bit of a rejection now. We get a bit of a rejection here on the chart. It's so sad. I want to see this big break live on stream. Thank you, Kermit. I made it myself. The guys, he's talking about the neon sign. Do you do any snowboarding or skiing, Baron? I guess Chris likes to ski. Yeah, I do skiing. I can't snowboard. I have to say though, the last time you might remember that I broke my shoulder. Well, that happened before during a ski vacation, so I'm not the best. No, the Midnight Blue is the base card, so I can see a huge amount of interest in that card. It's the higher level cards where the real benefits lie, which people probably care about though. Yeah, but you have to say people like free stuff, and with the base one, you can get 1.5% interest rate free, so it's not too bad. It's not definitely not too bad for a free card, at least for the credit card. I hate the phrase, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Me too, David, me too. The thing is that sometimes you need to risk things as well. But I don't know if I would recommend what I did. Like I mentioned before, the student debt. I don't know if I would recommend that to anyone. Also, I got a new video coming out soon with more risk. More risk of me going all in. But yeah, it's a different topic, different video. Yeah, this might be a bit of a rejection now. Bitcoin also is going down a bit more. It's nicely sticking towards this line though, so I don't expect any big breakout before we're also going to touch here. We always see a bit of a touch, a final touch often of this line. So maybe 1880 before we see a true breakdown. Let's see though, let's see. Ethereum is still also going on pretty strong. Any chance to at least 50 cents till next 1 year? I think so. This is basically my base case for this cycle. At this point, Mr. Vishal. So 50 cents is coming soon. Coming very soon. Oh, by the way, interesting. If he followed exactly this pattern here, if he would follow exactly this pattern, which I don't know if it's going to happen, but if we do so, it is saying all-time high in beginning of December. All-time high beginning of December. Some might say though to me, but Coin Baron, you need to also move it a bit to the front, like more like this. I think there's a case to be made that we are here. That we are basically now just starting with the next leg up. I think the better, yeah, I need to do it like this. Not too bad of a fit, I would say. So in that case, in about a week, 2 weeks, we're at 16 cents. In about 2 months, we're at 18 cents. But then in 2.5 months, we're suddenly at 30, 40, 50, 60, and even more. Yeah. So then a peak is expected beginning of November, end of October. Yeah, we're gonna see. I think this is a better fit though, so let's keep it like it is now. On that note, though, I do want to end the stream. On that note, I do want to end the stream because, guys, I do want to say to you that there is a chance that we are going to retrace back to about 10 cents. About 10 cents for CRO. About 110 for Bitcoin. There's a possibility. The RSI is somewhat too bullish. The MACD is somewhat too bullish. So do make sure you are strapped in with your risk. Having said, I think I mentioned everything for today, guys. It is a weekly close again. It is Sunday. Overall, the market is structurally very good for the long term. So don't forget to hit the like button, strap in. Next week, a video about the price prediction. It's coming next week. Promise by now. Pinky promise. And we're going to do a video about the Ruby Rack cards. So a lot of good stuff coming. Strap in. Strap in. Guys, have a good one. Enjoy. And yeah. Strap in.